just wanna really, really know. Man, after you die, where do you go? I just really, really wanna know. Man, after you die, where do you go? I got questions for you. Questions, yeah. I got questions for you. Questions, yeah. I got questions for you.
Questions. Hey, why is there so many lessons, so many questions, so many fake faces, so many close ones shouldn't have trusted, now they strange faces, so many lies and fed to the public, don't give a gotta take it, so many pastors living like gangsters, saving lives for cash, and so many tight pants, kissing the jeans and you know where the bomb's at, that's apple bottoms. I ain't even asked, but she got it from mom, but she got it from her mama. Don't put it with drama. Picasso on her face, got it looking like Rihanna. She do it till death with honor. Question to the that's honest. Accountant, adding slick with numbers. 9 to see him redundant. 9 to stunt, I've done this. I can hear itchy bro none to the table. How do you speak with no seat at the table? How do you hate when I'm pushing on my own pedal? For you. Hey, I got questions for you. Questions. I got questions. I got questions for you. Thank you.
Hey. How's that opening of the show?
That was a great opening, I must say.
Man, that was Branko. We're going to sit a little bit later down with him. My name is Forbes. I'm not alone. We have
I'm Jay, but known as uplifting. Welcome to the biggest youth show in Mzansi, and no show in Mzansi like the Ekse show. We have the best, taking all the way up until 5 p.m.
Oh, yes.
Man, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, and it's so good to be back with you. We're also going to have Eli Gold today, who's going to be telling us everything that has got to do with fashion design.
Of course, man. And if you're into theatre, we have Lamter, better known as Luitingh Alexander Musical Theatre Academy. And they're here to tell us more about the academy that they have opened, how you can join, and also the event coming up between the 5th and the 8th of next month. So make sure you stick around for that.
That sounds amazing. And of course, later on, we're going to speak to Sibabalwe, who's the director and co-founder of Ambassadors of Change, alongside with other members of this amazing organization. They're here to tell us more about the amazing work they do around the city of Cape Town and how they're working with young children and of course the youth of Cape Town to bring about change. Also, we're talking all things Africa Month, so find us right now on social media at Ekse_live on Twitter and of course on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. #Proudly African, telling us what makes you proudly African.
Oh yes, and we have amazing and trending news for you. Hey, we trending news or yindoni, so you definitely want to keep in chat for that. Do join our conversation as well.
Yes, man, and we are on social media on Facebook, Ekse and Cape Town TV, as well as on Twitter at Ekse_live, and natuurlijk het ons our YouTube kanaal up and running. So maak seker you go ahead and click subscribe to get some of your favorite episodes. Also during the show we're playing your little music video, a bit of Mafikizolo.
Yes.
On the other side, we have trending news. Yes, man, this is the part of the show we like to call What's Trending, where we take a look at some of the things happening in and around Mzansi. And I'm going for that first one, man, because we do know it is still the holy month of Ramadan, but it's coming soon, close to an end, because today actually marks the 15th day of Ramadan. And speaking about Ramadan, more than 3,000 residents are fed during mass buka in Parkwood. Now today, more than 3,000 residents showed up for a mass buka with tables that stretched 700 meters down Blackbird Avenue. Now the road was closed off by traffic authorities as well as community members in the community. Now community worker Rashad Allen, who runs a drug rehabilitation center in the community, says he was overwhelmed by the generosity by the entire community to those less fortunate. And on Sunday, just after 2 members of the community actually showed up to have this mass buka for everyone. And he says that after the buka, everything was clean and not a drop of dirt was laid there. So big ups to you, Parkwood community.
Oh yes, and jumping straight from that to Johannesburg, unfortunately, a quite popular club promoter, Larry, better known as Laryngitis, was not trending in the most awesome of news in trending news this weekend. Larry, in fact, rather the ex-girlfriend, Larry's ex-girlfriend, went straight to Twitter to go and take out all the receipts about Larry, that he has been a deadbeat dad and he's been very abusive. Twitter, of course, went wild on this because no one knew the side of Larry, and and thank goodness actually for the exposure that the ex-girlfriend did. Taboo went on to release a statement saying that they do not condone, neither do they support Larry's actions, and they have let go of Larry as a club promoter, which is very great.
And it's very great. He's gonna lose clients, he's gonna lose money, he's gonna lose everything just because you're a woman abuser. Stop it so that you can make money in peace. On the other side, the 6th Parliament of Mzansi, elected Parliament of Mzansi, will be of course declared tomorrow. Registration for all members began izolo, the Monday the 20th, and namhlanje Tuesday the 21st. And ngomso Wednesday the 22nd, we'll see members of Parliament joining in Parliament. Abanye bayaphuma, abanye bayangena. And of course, they will be electing the new Speaker of Parliament, and hopefully Mamutandi will be elected because the ANC wanted to sit on that throne. And of course, this upcoming Saturday, Mr. Ramaphosa, President Ramaphosa, will be of course declared as the elected president of Mzansi. He will no longer be acting. He will be of course the official president of Mzansi Africa. We're not wait to see that coming this Saturday. If there's anything that we missed on our trending news, hit us right now on social media.
Yes,
right now,
we're going to take an ad break, and after the break we're speaking to Branko, so make sure you don't go too far.
Back like umqolo. This is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV. Inkqubo yakho, inkqubo yami, inkqubo yethu sonke. Booth Flicky right here on social media booth. So to make sure you communicate with us right now at Ekse_live on Twitter, at Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook, or on our Facebook page on Cape Town TV, which is our station page, and hashtag Proudly African. That's the hashtag you should be using right now. So let's take a look at what you guys are currently saying on Facebook. Udumisani Yata Utiena, yes, 100% I'm being an African. Nothing can change that, but I am to travel the world, also experience other places, because I've been born in Africa and I've lived all my entire life here, so I want to explore other places as well. Well, Ubuhle Spilman Uti, not really when apartheid is still finding its way back into the surface and we ignore to address it. That's very interesting Facebook comment there. And then Unazim Adams, yes, I am 100% African because I was born in Africa. Well, keep those tweets coming and telling us what makes you proudly African and how are you celebrating this beautiful month of May, which is celebrated as Africa Month. But right now, speaking of someone who's proudly African and he's a proudly African musician, I'm talking about the one and only, based right here in Cape Town, Branko. How are you, my brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for standing with us. I feel honored. I feel so honored. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for that incredible performance. But before we talk about Branko, that performance, that song, what was the inspiration behind it?
Basically, I had questions, I guess. And everybody's got questions in life. There's a lot of questions that you might have that maybe I don't obviously have, but at the end of the day, everybody's got questions, and I was just asking those questions.
Okay.
I guess.
I love that. And because it is Africa Month, we want to know from you, what makes you proudly African? What makes Branko proudly African?
Well, my seed. I was born here.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part
Of course.
me being African. This is where I was born. This is where I grew up. I've never been anywhere else in South Africa.
Oh, okay. Are you planning to go though?
Definite, but still coming back though.
Okay, cool.
Now, we love you. We love you in Cape Town.
Now, I do know, Branko, talking about Africa, I do know that your mother is from Congo, right?
Yes,
and then your
correct.
father is from?
Gabon.
I mean, talking about Africa, how has that actually contributed in your influence in music? Because I'm sure, I mean, at home there must have been a wide range of music playing.
So, funny, so my mother's Congolese, father's Gabonese, but I was brought up here. So like there's all these different mixtures of different sides that obviously a part of me that obviously I had to go into by force, I could say. But yeah, that's what makes me, I guess. That's what makes me a different person that I am.
Yeah.
And when did this musical bug actually bite? Because like I always say, I say it every day, a person don't just wake up and be like, today
That's true.
I'm gonna be a rapper. So how did that actually develop for you?
This all developed back in high school.
Okay.
So I used to dance back in high school.
Oh, wow.
I always used to be into music. But when I started taking it rapping seriously was back in 08. We just we were freestyling obviously and whatnot. And at some point I was like, you know what, why not? Because everybody thought I'm already an artist, even though I was playing a joke around and be like, yo, we just freestyling playing games. And whenever someone looks at me like, yo, you look like an artist, why don't you be that? And I was like, why not? Do something that I love for the rest of my life, obviously, and be happy.
Yeah, the last time we spoke to you was last year, with an incredible chat. Let's talk about what has Branko been up to since the last time we heard from him.
So the last time I was here, that's the day I actually dropped my EP. Awaken, actually, sorry.
Awaken! What's the inspiration behind Awaken?
That's where questions come from.
Yeah.
I was awakened and obviously I had questions, and like everything, part of the whole project was just me coming to the realization about a lot of things that happen in the world with personal issues, people being fake, obviously, and obviously when you awaken, you start to see all these things and you become woke. And ever since then, I dropped the project. I've dropped another song, and basically I'm not going to stop.
Wow,
you've been single after single after single.
Yeah.
I just came off tour as well.
Oh, wow.
I was literally on tour for like 3 months. We were doing shows right around Cape Town, which ended up at the Claremont Civic Centre, like literally last week.
Wow.
The tour ended, but that's what I've been up to.
Okay, Branko, I don't know you, so I would love to actually take it back a little bit. When did you start taking music seriously? Because I hear you say that, I mean, in high school you didn't really take it seriously. So when did you decide to actually be like, okay, you know what, I'm in a studio, I'm doing this, it's going to be professional?
This is, if I put it back, it's probably 2010. Actually, I was approached by my ex-manager. She was one of those people that were like, oh, you look like an artist, why don't you be it? And at that time, I was still managing retail. So I was like, okay. Like, that's
too.
So that's I thought about it. I'm like, music is something that I love to do. And why not do something that I love to do when people already think that I'm doing it? So basically back in 2010.
So
ever since then, I haven't looked back, and I'm not going to look back.
Cool, man. And what would you say defines your sound? Where does it come from? What is it inspired by?
My everyday life most of the time. It's things that I go through. The day I actually was on, the day I launched the EP, I performed a song titled Judas. And it's literally obviously because I went through a phase with too many friends that were actually Judases in my life. And like even with
Julius.
We're not Judas.
Julius. No, man.
So and even with questions, there's just a lot of things and that I go through in my personal life that I bring out into my music. And like if you hear my sound, it's kind of a trap thing happening. But the thing about my trap is that there's always a message behind it. So it's not just about, okay, let's just enjoy the beat. If you listen deep, you'll actually hear there's a message behind the actual song.
I love that.
I actually want to go into the song that you performed. What is the message behind there? Because I see what you're saying. All I hear with trap music is rah, rah, rah. So what was the message?
Basically, the song is titled Questions, and like I was explaining, is that everybody's got questions in life. You could have questions to God, you could have questions to
So it was basically about questions, okay.
Yeah, just basically random questions like, plain and simple, the thing that happened recently with the pastor waking the person up from the dead. Yeah, the question,
Awaken.
There's actually a song, there's a line in that song that says, so many pastors living like gangsters, selling lives for cash and. So basically a lot of pastors are selling people for cash now. Because that's what basically churches become a business.
I need a lay-by pastor.
It is a business. They need to make it become a pastor just to make some million rands by preaching the word of God. Awaken, who have you worked with in the EP, and how do you choose the artists that you collaborate with?
I only worked with one person, X-Black. That's the guy that was singing on it. No one else for now. And at the end of the day, when I work on a project, it's just about. It's more important of the vibe that comes across in the studio session. And if we vibe, we make music. Music is like a universal language. Cool. You never know when it comes.
I love that. And for the guys at home, we're thinking, okay, cool. I want to follow Branko. Where can I actually get you up on social media?
So Instagram, it's Branko Official. Twitter, it's Branko_official. And then Facebook, it's Branko.
Where can you get your music?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So
iTunes, YouTube, Deezer, Shazam.
Awesome.
You can literally Shazam.
There's a kid growing up right now in Cape Town. What would you say to that kid trying to make it to become a rapper here in Cape Town particularly?
Don't give up and don't wait for someone to make things happen for you. Go out and make it happen yourself.
Cool.
That's what I'm going to ask my kid when he said I want to be
That
a
comes in the
"Here's
long
money."
run. Definitely. The thing is, you can't expect money in the beginning because that's what a lot of people get into it for.
Yeah.
They think that, okay, I'm going to start doing music for 2 weeks and I'm going to get $1 million. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It takes
I
a
love,
lot of work.
I love how he says
Yes,
that.
hard
No, it's
work,
very
obviously.
true.
And
Of course.
I like the fact that you said there is money, but it just needs you
it
to
takes
be.
time.
Exactly.
It's like a business. You
Yeah.
can't expect the business to make money from the beginning. It grows, and obviously you're learning from the mistakes you made, and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And
Yeah. So when you came here last year, I had this hairstyle. Did I influence you?
I think that's what happened.
Oh, it actually looks good on you.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah,
I think he wears it better.
Yeah.
But he's still respect to the master.
Yeah, he still have respect. Listen, man, thank you so much for coming
problem.
through.
Thank
and
you for
blessing
having
us
me,
guys.
with your music. And I'm just taking it back to what you said earlier about the fact that there is money. And all you have to do is to obviously be in it for the long run. And speaking about the long run, we have our own guys who's been in it for the long
Who
run.
are they? They're ancestors.
Hey, they are ancestors in our
Ancestors,
music,
living
man.
ancestors.
They go by the name of Zolo, and this one they actually teamed up with Uhuru.
Yes.
And it is called Kona.
Kona.
So we'll see you on the other side of that.
Corner.
Oh man, those are definitely what we call living legends, being in the music industry for over 20 years and still giving us amazing songs. And of course, Mkungela featuring Uhuru on that one, titled Corner, definitely one of my favorite tracks of all times. Thank you, Mkungela. While ago, we're still talking all things proudly African, telling us what makes you proudly African. Find us right now on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV, on our station's Facebook page on Cape Town TV. While I've got someone who says, no, I am not proudly African, and that is of course Unomfundo Bala. I wonder what makes you not proudly African. If you're not proudly African, maybe you're proudly European. I don't know. While I've got Ushuyeb Amveli saying 100% Dasekaya. I am born, I am raised, everything. Yeah, when then I've got Umanix Sanga Muyala saying, yes, I am. Are you? Are you asking me? Well, I'm 100% proudly African. So on the topic of people who are proudly African, people who are doing all things African, we're joined by fashion designer right now on the yellow couches, Masai fashion designer, all the way from Rwanda, born there, but he actually resides right here in Cape Town. He came here when he was very young. Man, I can see from your everything that you're just proudly African, the way you play with your colors throughout your designs. Shows how you to be proudly African.
Being African actually means everything because I am Africa. So
Yeah.
there's no anything else to be but Africa.
Yeah.
African.
Yeah.
Speaking about African, I mean, as we have been saying, you know, your clothes are inspired by, prints from Rwanda. Am I correct? Or in fact, all over South Africa. All over Africa, rather. Right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So actually, I designed my own prints.
Okay.
Your own prints?
Yeah, I designed my own prints, but which they inspired from all African cultures. So everything I get, I was privileged, to visit 8 countries of Africa.
Wow.
And get to learn, the cultures of, their culture.
Yeah.
And all those, I put it into my fabric.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is amazing, man. And obviously, I understand that you actually grew up in an entrepreneurial family. So you then naturally had that instinct to be business-minded. And then initially what you did was you designed your own prints, you printed the t-shirts, and you sold it as well as a high school hobby. Take us through that. How did that? Because I mean, I don't have time in high school. I should be studying and things, but you managed to do that. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So actually, to be honest, I never knew that I'll be a designer, or I didn't even know what. So in high school, what I did, I used to do music.
Okay.
So then, one day, I just customized my the pieces that I was supposed to perform with.
Yeah.
Then I went to campus and people with their attention, everyone
Was drawn to it, yeah.
So then I was I also wanted to know what they actually.
Of course.
Yes. So it was all about colors.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been about colors. So I wanted to put
Okay, sorry, I have to disturb you. Mic apparently doesn't work. So can you please give?
Okay, let me.
We need to hear what he's currently saying.
Die dingen gebeuren op live TV, heel dag weg, #Proudly African. That's what they mean. Proudly African. The fact that we are raw and we are live, man.
Yeah. Then from there, I made a piece. I just took. I designed a T-shirt, with which said "Proudly African International."
Okay.
Because I actually wanted to show that we can go anywhere but still be African.
Of course.
And it took off and people really, loved the T-shirt and that's the way.
I want to talk about African print. I want to talk about Africa. Africa is on a global stage. Everyone is watching Africa. Designers across the world are currently using African print to design their clothing. I want to know what sets your fashion label different from other fashion labels that use African print.
What sets my brand, Masamara, different from all others is just that I tell true African stories.
Yeah.
So I'm an African child, and all the stories and everything are originally African. Actually, if you get to I don't know if you all know what so-called African prints are not African prints.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we adopted it and we took on it as our own.
Yeah.
So it has nothing about Africa, like all the prints that we see on markets. So, and that's why actually I started, making my own prints so that I can tell the African story through my garments and prints.
I want to go more into your history and your career. What has led you, to be at this point? So you started in high school. Your friends caught, your designs. Then they asked for you to, make for them. And then from then on, where did you move on from there? Did you maybe go to school? Did you go to a big brand that you worked for? How has your career been since then?
I've had an opportunity to go to school, but I didn't go. I didn't really want to limit myself.
Yes.
Not that people that go to school really limit themselves creatively, but I wanted to take it on,
really.
as my own. So I have been I did some trainings, of course, and I've shadowed some great people. And I've trained as well for Shini Group as well.
Wow.
So I have been just learning from people because I didn't want to make it formal.
Of course. Where can people actually catch a glimpse of your work, and is it available for purchase or anything? Because I can see myself rocking that on Ekse, maybe next month or so. So we can catch a glimpse of it.
I have a studio of my own. People can visit the studio and get to see the garment or purchase. It's in Pinelands at Old Moreland Eco Village.
Okay.
And in the coming week, or actually tomorrow, I'll be in Long Street at Machen and Long.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, guys,
we are there.
I've seen you showcase around fashion shows a lot around Cape Town. How do you prepare for a fashion show?
I'm always working.
Because for me, I just wear whatever I want to wear and go watch you. That's how I prepare. How do you prepare as a designer to showcase your brand to us?
It's a process. I try to make it like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm constantly creating. I'm constantly coming up with concept and everything. So it's not like I would just wake up and say, okay, I'm going to work on this collection. All the time, even backstage I was actually also working, so I'm always working on things.
Wow, man.
Okay, that was gold.
I definitely want some of those designs, and I'm sure you guys at home too.
Yes, definitely.
But thank you so much for coming through and sharing your inspiration with us. And I think you're doing amazing work, because when you came in, I absolutely loved it. So thank you so much.
You can tell he's
Thank you.
You can.
Thanks very much.
Yes, man. We'll see you on the flip side of this. We're going to take a quick breather. When we're back, we have Lamta in studio.
Proudly African is what we're talking about today on the show. Hashtag Proudly African. You telling us what makes you proudly African. You know what? I love when Masai say what makes him proudly African is because he was born in Africa, which means he has all the right to claim everything in Africa, and that's what inspires his brand. While a few people on Facebook are saying, Ustenli Festa saying, Yebo, ewe, yes, because we have plenty to offer to the rest of the world. Well, Anela Janmana saying, no, if being African means we constantly have to live in an unjust society and keep on being silent about it, then I am not proudly African. Well, you go on Facebook right now at Ekse on Cape Town TV, what makes you proudly African, or on the station's Facebook page on Cape Town TV, or on Twitter at Ekse_live, telling us what makes you proudly African. Let's talk about all the positive things that Africa can offer to the world and change this beautiful continent. But right now, let's take a look at what's popping on the yellow couches with Sia and Riza.
Yes, man, we have a lot popping on the yellow couches. We actually have the guys from LAMTA, which is the Luitingh Alexander Musical Theatre Academy, and we are joined by Amy, Session, as well as Nancy. En hulle is hier om vir ons meer te vertel van die musical theatre wat eigenlijk opgemaak het. Is dit in Campbell?
Yes.
Campbell. So ek was genooid in die Campbell nie, here. But they're here to tell us, man. Welcome to it. How you guys doing?
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks for having us.
Awesome, awesome. I want to know, since you're having the mic, tell us more about LAMTA.
Well, you see, LAMTA is it's a musical theatre academy based for dance, singing, and acting. We learn everything. We do directing. We do stage work, stage management. It's just a diverse 3-year course.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's actually a school. Because I thought as a musical theatre school, and you get a qualification after obviously your 3 years, and you get to work in the theatre. Okay, understood. Let me go.
No, because a while. It took a while.
I want to go more into what exactly you guys do. Do you get to choose to do theatre only, or is it dance only, acting only, or do you do the whole triple threat business?
Yes, exactly. We do the whole triple threat sort of thing. So it's not like we choose to do major in one. We kind of focus on all three so that we can become like well-rounded performers.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And yeah, we focus on all three.
Awesome.
Elaborate on that. Basically, there's also a program called the Launch Padders, and that's where people who have had other degrees can come in and pick specific subjects. Yes, you know, so you don't have to start from scratch doing it from 3 years. And Amy, you know, started in second year. Sheshan will be doing the three course year, and I will be doing it only for 6 months. And that just gives me like a kickstart into the industry, which is really lovely because then I choose my own subjects. So because I studied for 3 years at AFTA, I'm not doing acting now, but I'm singing and dancing just to refine those skills. It's really lovely.
Wow, awesome stuff. And for the guys at home who's thinking, okay, I would want to join LAMTA, how do they actually go about? Is there a certain qualification that you need to be able? Do you need to only live in Campbell, or how does it work? What's the requirements to actually join you guys and be a part?
Yeah, no, not at all. You don't need to just live in Campbell. Definitely not. And applications for 2020 are actually open now.
Oh, okay.
So they can go apply for that.
And that is online, or?
Yes, online. You can email at admin@lamta.co.za. Yeah, and it's for anyone, as long as you just have a love for musical theatre and you're really passionate about it. You don't have to have a qualification.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hear you have a show coming up soon in June, right?
Yes.
What is the show called?
It's Silver
Screen.
Yes.
From the 5th till the 8th of June.
That's correct.
Can you please tell me more about that?
Well, basically, it's a dancing concert that we're putting out because I think at the end of the year we're going to do an acting one, but this is just to strictly show all the dancing that we've been able to learn. Because not everyone has had like dancing training from when they were young. Myself,
no one's as talented as Sinalo, you know. We don't just wake up and dance.
Exactly, like it's not the same, the dancing. Yeah. So then this one is basically lovely because there's different styles of dancing. There's jazz. There's a little bit of contemporary. There's just so many different styles, and there's so many different directors who are actually going to be working with us. Hope Moimane, Sven Miller. It's just going to be a really diverse like thing, and there's like a whole list, and you just don't want to miss out.
Can I please ask you guys about Peter Torraine? Because have you guys worked with him yet? Okay, there was a
we're having technical problems.
You haven't worked with him yet?
We've performed at his theatre.
Okay.
You know, Theatre on the Bay. We haven't worked with him personally, but we are dancing basically on top of his theatre. So that's as close as one would want to get.
You know,
if you ask me.
I really wanted to actually delve more into about the Theatre Torraine thing because I mean, wow. So Theatre on the Bay, 3rd till the 5th of June, Silver Screen.
5th to the
5th
8th.
to the 8th.
Till the 8th of June.
Yes.
And where can we get tickets?
Yes.
Well, you can book on CompuTicket, and you can book on CompuTicket. You can book through Lamta itself at Theatre on the Bay.
Through the email that I said earlier.
Yes.
And how much does the tickets cost?
Tickets are 100 Rand.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So I think for 100 Rand you go in, get some
and get a beautiful experience
dancing
of
concert.
dancing.
Wow.
And there is acting and singing. Or is it just dancing?
No, it's just dancing.
this time.
Okay.
And then you
great.
guys will have obviously the acting closer to the end of the year as well.
yeah.
What makes you guys different from any other musical academy in South Africa? I think that would be a nice question because I'd be like,
Because I was actually also thinking about the Waterfront Theatre School.
Yeah.
So, like, what differentiates you guys from such schools like Waterfront?
I think one of the main things would be that our classes are really a lot smaller, maybe than other colleges, which is really, really nice because then we get the opportunity to really explore properly in classes, and we get one-on-one time, and then we can really focus on our individuality as performers.
Of course.
So, yeah, that I would say is one of the really cool things.
Yes, and then after the qualification, what can one look forward to, you know? Because many people are very scared of, okay, I'm going to do this qualification, finish, and then we have a job scare, basically. It really is a job scare in South Africa. So what can one look forward to after your qualification?
I think, go for it.
So you see, you're open to a whole lot of people because we have new lecturers who come in, such as David Kramer and Cleve September, who came from Hamilton in West End. And we open to this whole brand new section of people to go and explore.
wow.
So it's not just South Africa, Cape Town.
Yeah.
You're open to
There's no
an
limitations,
entire,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think another thing is that we do get trained in so many different kind of aspects of theatre and performing. So it's not just singing, dancing, acting. It's theatre technology and prop making and directing and producing and everything.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I
you get
love the fact that this academy is a triple threat. It's a triple threat. Excuse me. Singing, dancing, and acting, which means you guys are the next triple threats of this industry. You said you only here for 6 months, and you're from after. What made you as an individual to say after instead of going to work, what made you continue and polish your skill furthermore?
What's really lovely about the Launchpad program is that while you're studying, they allow you to actually work. So, you know, with some institutes, there'll be restraints as to, you know, when you're studying full stop. But with them, if there's castings that I need to go for, the schedule is flexible. They allow me to get my next opportunities. I was able to cast when I was actually at Lamta, and I was able to actually get chicken lick in the chicken lick. So check me out, guys. Yes. So it's really lovely because then you're not missing out on anything. Really. I've had my taste of the industry now, and I'm just constantly working to continue to push myself forward.
Individually, as a person, as an artist, I'll call you an artist right now. I'll call you a singer, an actor, and a dancer.
Thank you, darling.
What have you learned as an individual, personally? What would you take away from this experience of being part of such a beautiful academy?
You know, with Lamta, I've just realized that I've been exposed to so many wonderful people who are working in the industry and who have so many connections and things to give, and it really depends on the individual. If you arrive at the institute and you have a mindset to work hard and to really put yourself out there as someone who can represent your craft well, yourself well, and you know where you're going, then you know it's only upwards because they're really just pushing you. They really are.
Wow.
It's a
Thank
fun-
you guys so
for
much, man.
joining us.
And it's so inspiring, and I feel like I'm going to go into musical theatre really soon. But we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we have more on the flip side of this.
Oh man, the name of the show is called Ekse right here on Cape Town TV, channel 263. Tell your friends, tell the whole entire community. But we are here Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. Find us on Twitter at Ekse_live, on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. I'm right here on the social media booth reading all your comments on Facebook. Well, I've got two more from Uanela German saying, no, from Umuyeti Komeke saying, yebo, yes, I am proudly African, and guess what? I love your show. Thank you so much. I know you're currently watching. We love you too. Well, one more Facebook comment from Sebastian Sifanil saying, must be, everyone should be. Well, thank you so much. Keep those tweets coming at Ekse_live on Facebook and of course on Twitter and of course on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. We're talking all things proudly African throughout the month. But right now, seated on the yellow couches is royalty. I'm talking about royalty. Sia, kwenzeka ntoni?
Yes, njengobuthi lo ke we are joined by Miss Makhaza from Ambassadors of Change. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. I'm actually looking forward to, because hey, nifike nasithola kakuhle kamani nawe anibahla
Blasquency.
Can I please start with you, Sisi? Uqale njani kwi-pageant?
Naniqale kwi-pageants ngo-2017, then since the first year a CPUT, and then I get a Mr. and Miss CPUT, and I made it to top 5. I was one of the shortest people ever.
Is it?
Yeah, I made it to top 5, and then after that, like Centrals, I was crowned Miss Personality. That's how I started.
Oh wow. And then, Sibabalwe, I actually want to talk about your company, Ambassadors of Change, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, organization. What made you think of actually branching out into pageantry under your organization?
Oh, well, actually, when we started the organization 4 years back, we wanted to come up with something that is very scarce with community here too. So basically, we looked and easy that are happening in our community, and then we saw that there's a lack of talent management in our community. So we then came up with an idea of what can we start with in order, to help these youngsters use their talents in a positive way. So we said, okay, modeling, we think it's the best way to start.
And is it only modeling? Because I understand that you guys obviously want to be that ambassadors of change in the community. So is it then only modeling? What about education? How does it work?
Yeah. So after we did our first event, we then had people who wanted to continue with us and become members. So, and then they said, some of them said, we don't only want to do e-modeling. So hence why we expanded. So now we have e-arts, and we do community programs, and we do facilitations in schools, hence why you say education. Okay. So basically now we do a lot of things, because people want to join and have their contribution also in our community.
Of course. Looking into your tutoring, because education is quite a big thing in South Africa.
Very big.
Yes. I would love to know, Mani, impact yako that you've created in your community, however small or big. What has your company done for education specifically? This is yes, like we're modeling.
Thank you for that question though. When we first started, we did on primary schools, we did English and mathematics from grade 4 to grade 6. So we basically did afternoon classes after school. So we will go to schools and do homeworks, and also help the struggling kids on mathematics and English. And also we had a metric. It was a metric program. So we did for his goal, but we'll go on life orientation classes. So during the period that time, the response was very positive, especially from the matriculants, because they also had the program to come there. They were very happy with the results.
Yes.
So I would say
Must tell you about the foundation. I want to talk how are you using e-pageant to change impilo zabantu abatsha baseKhayelitsha and surrounding areas? How are you guys doing that, and how are you changing the world of e-pageant? Because e-pageant is so limited, kuthiwa i-plus size azingeni, abantu abafutshane abangeni. How are you guys going about doing e-pageants elokishini?
So to answer your question, I would actually say, because what you say because they say ethnic modelers azingeni. So Tina, what we are trying, we welcome everyone, whether you have experience or you don't have, whether you have won before or you haven't won, because on the next coming Miss Makhaza, we also do have for thick modelers.
On that note though, the Makhaza, Miss Makhaza, because I see everyone's wearing a Miss, we have the city of Cape Town, Miss Makhaza, and I want to know from the beautiful ladies, tell us more about what Miss Makhaza is all about. Do everyone want to go for that?
Okay, Miss Makhaza is basically a pageant actually.
Okay.
So when I won Miss Makhaza 2016 and 2017, we actually wanted to change.
2 times in a row?
No, it's
No,
I didn't win 2 times in a row.
Okay.
I won in 2016.
Okay.
But then my title ends in 2017.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So what we basically did, we went to an orphanage home. We went to visit orphanage children, and then we cooked for the children. We didn't go as ambassadors of change only, but we spotted all the youth in Makhaza. It was a youth day on June 16.
Okay.
So we wore our beautiful uniforms, and then we went there just to cook, just to show them what ambassadors of change is doing. So after that, a lot of people wanted to join. Wanted to join our organization.
Yes.
So after that, it went smoothly and nice.
This sounds like an amazing pageant. I want to know to the next lady there. You've won Miss Makhaza as well. I want to know, you look amazing. We see you on stage, you look gorgeous. But what have you done? How have you used your title to change impilo zabantu abatsha basekuhlaleni?
Okay, what I basically did was to attend a workshop that were happening Estratweni, and the charities like for everyone, and I encourage a lot of young children that are coming in Vakwam, the thiks, because now I'm not slim, because when I started it was like you're not tall enough, you're not skinny enough, you know what I'm saying? So I showed them that you can do it. No matter how thick you are, no matter how size you can
Everyone
still do it.
can do it. Quickly, before we let you go, guys, on the 25th, there is an event happening. How can people, where can we get more information about that, and what's really happening on the 25th?
So on the 25th, there's Mr. and Miss Makhaza. It's going to be happening in Makhaza, Desmond Tutu Hall. For more information, you can go on our page on Facebook and Instagram, Ambassadors of Change. The entrance fee is 20 Rand if you get it now from one of our modelers or a team, or you can get it at the door at 30 Rand. So it's going to start at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. in the morning.
11 a.m. in the morning till 5 p.m.
Wow. Man, that's
it's coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
It's coming Saturday.
All right. Hopefully, we'll be there as CTV.
Yes.
Yeah, CTV is welcome.
As Miss Makhaza. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. I think we're gonna jump straight to a promo. Then after a promo, we have more of Branko.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
So we are all about keeping you guys inspired.
I am so excited.
Ekse is a youth-driven educational and entertainment show for the youth and by the youth.
This is going to be a rocky Monday.
It's a platform for ordinary people to talk about the extraordinary things being done to reshape our communities and minds.
It's going to be khafarlek.
Ekse focuses around career training, career opportunities, sports, lifestyle, arts and culture.
I just lost it.
Catch Ekse live on channel 263 DSTV from Mondays to Wednesdays at 4 to 5 p.m. only on Cape Town TV.
When the clock strikes 4 p.m., allow us to be your source of cool.
Coming up on Cape Town TV this week.
This Monday at 2:30, you can catch Inspire TV, which is the easiest way to inspire others. The show is a humble attempt to help inspire and awaken to actualize oneself and find the explorer within.
On Monday, you can catch Open Studio at 5 p.m. where environmental activist Latoya will speak about the work she does in engaging youth from her community in Mfuleni in caring for the environment. She will also talk about how she has traveled the world and the many cultures and people she has encountered whilst globe-trotting.
Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. you can catch Democracy in Action, which is a community-based, character-centered human rights show. DIA celebrates power with below, participatory democracy, and also active citizenship.
At 8:30 on Wednesday, you can catch Street Talk, which advocates active citizenship through film and working in the realm of changing perception. Street Talk strives to empower viewers with the tools to make informed and educated decisions.
Catch A Walk with Mel this Friday at 6:30, which is actually a mini-series that covers interviews with entertainers in Cape Town. This week we'll be sitting down with radio host Mika Alexander from Radio Helderberg.
For more on our programming, you can go onto our website on www.capetowntv.org or call us on
021 448 0448.
Cape Town TV,
the People's Channel.
Cape Town TV, that is of course what you can catch right here on Cape Town TV Monday to Sunday throughout the day, 24 hours.
Monday to Sunday, I'm confused.
Monday to
Yeah,
Friday.
Monday to Sunday, we are playing most guys. We don't play Monday to Friday.
But you missed this episode of Whoopie, but you can catch us tomorrow from 7 till 8. Or on YouTube, Sekhokoane Ekse on Cape Town TV. So you have no excuse for catching up again.
Yes, man, and obviously if you want to hit us up on our social media, all you have to do is on our Facebook or Ekse on Cape Town TV, as well as on Twitter, we are at Ekse_live, so bring everything through. And remember, if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is to send us a 30-second clip and tell us why you want to be a part of the show. And we have a guest presenter available as one, because it will be Youth Month. So 3-minute video in the Youth Month, tell us why we should choose you to be a guest presenter on our show, and also tell us more a little bit about yourself. And what do you know? You might find yourself right here in the best show, best show man, best show in Zanzi. And of course,
That's
a big shout
about
out
to our guests for coming through on the show,
Yes, of
and
course.
definitely motivating us. And good luck with everything that they do. And a big shout out to you for joining us until this time. Right now, Branko is about to give us absolutely amazing performance. Until next time, take care.
Yeah. Whenever we run out of sauce. 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 No, we never run out of sauce. Whenever we 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 run out of sauce. Whenever, yeah. Whenever I run out of sauce, all of my stuff is bought. Hell nah, I ain't falling to the system. Told myself back then, you gotta get it, regardless of the scary visions. Fast forward, years later, this is more paper. I'm gassed up, you bring smoke, I explode. Nah, boy, you don't want that. You still think labels for it, but nah, I don't want that. Unless I stay in control, cause I ain't tryna sell my soul. I ain't tryna these girls, I'm tryna get my own CEO. And I'm coming through with the woes. Everywhere I go, gotta stay woke, gotta stay focused, I gotta stay low, gotta keep these plotters on their toes. Like eaches that they are, yeah, you know. Yeah. Ride with me, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever we run out of sauce, 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 no, whenever we run out of sauce, 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 whenever, never, hey. Too much sauce, no ketchup. Whenever we run out, I gotta hook up. No fucking gas station. Don't fuck with niggas who like ass kissing. It's either you got it or you hooking. Go damn kitty, fuck excuses. I got so many reasons, man. You don't wanna know. Everybody's fighting demons, they ain't trying to show. That's why sometimes I put myself aside, just to get myself together before I go to the dance floor.